Prime Minister of Poland. Europe is in a pre-war period.
Israel agrees to resume ceasefire negotiations.
GDP in the first quarter jumps to the highest level in 4 years.
Hello everyone, you're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Tan. Let's get started. In an interview with European media, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk warned that Europe had entered a pre-war period and the threat of conflict erupting is no longer in the past.
When asked about the scenario of war, Tusk said, "I don't want to scare anyone, but war is no longer a thing of the past. It is the truth, and the fact is that it began over 2 years ago." He emphasized that he was not exaggerating this. The Prime Minister of Poland believes that the West needs to do everything possible to provide Kiev with equipment and ammunition because the world is in the most critical moment since the end of World War II. Furthermore, Tusk stated, "The next 2 years will decide everything," and warned that if NATO does not provide enough weapons to Ukraine and Kiev is defeated, then no one in Europe can feel safe.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has agreed to send a negotiating delegation to Egypt and Qatar to resume discussions on a long-term ceasefire in the Gaza Strip.
The Israeli Prime Minister's office has information that officials from 2 of Israel's top intelligence agencies, Shin Bet and Mossad, will travel to Cairo, Egypt, in the coming days to continue negotiations supported by the United States, Qatar, and Egypt. Last week, negotiations in Doha, Qatar, failed to make any breakthroughs, as the Israeli delegation withdrew to protest the United Nations Security Council's resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The conflict between Hamas and Israel has lasted over 5 months in Gaza, causing a severe humanitarian crisis and pushing the people of Palestine to the brink of famine.
The General Statistics Office has announced that the gross domestic product for the first quarter of 2024 is estimated to increase by 5.66% compared to the same period last year, higher than the growth rate of the first quarter of the year 2020 to 2023.
Regarding the GDP growth in the first quarter of 2024, the agriculture, forestry, and fisheries sector increased by 2.98%, contributing 6.09% to the total value added of the entire economy. The industry and construction sector increased by 6.28%, contributing 41.68%. The service sector increased by 6.12%, contributing 52.23%. The leaders of the General Statistics Office stated that these positive results amid many uncertainties in the global economy, affirming that the government's management and administration policies, as well as those of the Prime Minister and ministries, have gradually been effective.
Coming up next are some updated news.
In 2024, the Provincial People's Council set the total estimated state budget revenue at 15.904 trillion Vietnamese dongs. However, the actual budget revenue of Nghệ An province in the first quarter reached 5.904 trillion Vietnamese dongs, achieving 37.1% of the estimate, exceeding the council's target of 25% and surpassing the revenue collected during the same period in 2023 by 134.3%. Recognizing this achievement, the chairman of Nghệ An's People's Committee, Nguyen Duc Trung, has urged the Department of Finance to review revenue sources, promote savings, and ensure efficient budget spending in the future.
The State Bank of Vietnam has proposed ending the state monopoly on the production of SJC gold bars and instead granting production licenses to eligible enterprises. Under this proposal, the State Bank would set production quotas for SJC gold bars in each period, aligning with monetary policy objectives and macroeconomic stability goals. Additionally, the State Bank suggests that activities related to artistic jewelry gold should be considered regular business operations and delegated to another ministry for unified management, including importation, production, including importing raw gold for artistic jewelry production, and circulation.
Among the top 30 most beautiful streets in the world, Quang An Street in Tay Ho District, Hanoi, stands as Vietnam's sole representative, ranking at 25th place. Running along the eastern bank of West Lake, Quang An Street is the vibrant, modern heart of Hanoi. New businesses continuously emerge along this 1-kilometer stretch, transforming it into a hub of cozy cafes, fashionable boutiques, and global cuisine. Quang An is only 5 kilometers north of Hanoi's Old Quarter. In addition to the lively atmosphere from roadside restaurants and flower markets, the street offers visitors a serene, comfortable ambiance thanks to its lakeside location.
In response to significant fire damage across the country, Nghệ An Province Firefighting and Rescue Authority continue to promote the 4 on-site principle. Notably, the campaign "Every Home Equipped with a Fire Extinguisher" has garnered widespread support from local residents.
During hot seasons, the demand for using gas stoves and high-powered electrical appliances at Mrs. Ho Thi Kai's household in Block 1, Hong Son Ward, Vinh City increases, posing a high risk of fire and explosion. Therefore, after being informed, Mrs. Kai's family took proactive measures by equipping themselves with a fire extinguisher to prevent accidents.
In my household, we have prepared a fire extinguisher in case of emergencies to deal with any incidents promptly.
Since the early days, the mobilization work has faced many difficulties. Up to now, the entire province has established more than 1,000 models of neighborhood fire safety groups, equipped over 730,000 households with fire extinguishers, and set up more than 2,000 public firefighting points.
These results have been achieved thanks to the efforts of the police force and authorities at all levels. In the future, we will launch a deeper movement, aiming for 100% of households to be equipped with fire extinguishers.
Thanks to extensive dissemination efforts, people have become more aware of proactive fire prevention and control measures. Each household has been and is equipping themselves with fire extinguishers and other firefighting equipment and vehicles. This contributes to achieving the goal of mobilizing every household to equip at least one fire extinguisher, as outlined in Directive Number 01 of the Prime Minister to build every safe home, every safe neighborhood, every safe commune, ward, and town, regarding fire prevention and control.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.